These are the 4 mistakes people make when trying to change their lives.
In the past, you may have felt like this guy.
Putting in lots of effort, but you don't get anywhere. You don't get this new life that you want.
That's okay, because if you avoid the 4 common mistakes I'm gonna lay out in this video, you will end up like this guy, going straight to your new life.
Mistake number 1 is your focus. So right here is your identity. And currently none of these things are in your identity. So we have sleep, diet, exercise, meditation, and reading. And since none of these things are part of your identity, none of them are automatic, which means that you have to use willpower for all of them. And that's the first mistake. People try to incorporate all of these new things all at once, when in reality, this is what you should be doing. You should just focus on one thing. So let's say exercise is your priority right now. Only add exercise to your day until it becomes a part of your identity, and then it becomes automatic, and then you can repeat it with a different thing, with, let's say, reading, and then you start reading, and then that becomes part of your identity, and it's automatic. Basically, don't spread yourself too thin like this guy. And to illustrate this best, let's look at a lamp versus a laser. Right here, the lamp has its energy spread out all over the place, but it doesn't get very far. If you were to have this out in the open, it would not go far. But then the laser, it can go super far, but only a small area. This guy is using the lamp, and this guy is using the laser.
Real quick, I'm selling a course on how to fix your life. Click the link in the description to find out more. Okay, back to the video.
The second mistake is being result oriented. A symptom of this is saying, I will try to lose weight. I'm gonna try to clear my face by eating healthy. This is when someone has an identity and they're trying to get a result that is foreign to that identity. And they try to get jacked. They try to get a 6-pack. They try to lose weight. This is a mistake because, first of all, it takes a lot of willpower during this stage. And let's say you are successful. Let's say you have incredible willpower and you actually succeed at getting a 6-pack. Well, what happens after that is you're just gonna fall back into your old habits. You're just gonna revert back to your identity, because now there's no reason to do the process of getting a 6-pack to maintain it. So you're just gonna lose it, and then you're gonna restart the cycle. This is why a lot of runners are only motivated to train when they're signed up for a race, because they're result oriented. They're trying to work towards a result. And once they finish the marathon, they're just gonna go back to their old habits and gain all that weight back and lose all of their cardio. The solution is simple. All you have to do is focus on the action. So let's say you want to get jacked. Instead of saying, okay, I'm just gonna get jacked, just focus on becoming a weightlifter. You now lift weights, because that will get you jacked. But just focus on incorporating the action into your identity. So now, instead of saying, oh, I wanna get jacked, and then once you're jacked, you're like, oh, mission accomplished. Now, you are a weightlifter. You lift weights, because then what happens is, once it's part of your identity, it becomes automatic, and then you automatically get the results. That's how people win. Now look, don't get overwhelmed here, because this is a long process. It's gonna take a long time, months maybe, of lifting weights before it becomes part of your identity. But the more times you go, the more gym sessions you hit, the more evidence you have for it to become a part of your identity. And yes, I've been reading Atomic Habits lately. And this is the third mistake. It's your preparation. So basically, how well prepared are you for this next change in your life? For example, let's say you're trying to lose weight. Let's say you're trying to eat healthy. Your goal is to be in this green. It's the simple stage, and you have to think it through. So it's you sitting down and searching the web for very simple and easy to cook, healthy meal plans. And this middle section is just making it as simple and easy as possible for you to succeed. And what you don't want is to be in either of these red sections. So the underprepared is not thinking it through. You just saying, oh, I'm gonna eat healthy, and then you going shopping and just buying whatever Whole Foods you see. And then what happens is you get home and you put everything in the fridge, and then you're hungry. You don't know what to eat. So this is what happens. And then the other extreme is overcomplicating things. This is when people get super motivated to eat healthy, and they search the web for some amazing recipes, and they're all super complicated. They have like 30 different ingredients, and you need to buy a bunch of stuff. You have to spend hours cooking. You have to spend hours cleaning all the dishes.
And the fourth mistake is your environment. So going back to the diet example, if you are trying to eat healthy, do not, under any circumstance,
circumstances bring unhealthy food into the house. This is because your identity is currently an unhealthy person. And if an unhealthy person is living in an environment with unhealthy food, it doesn't matter how much willpower you have, you're gonna fail and you're gonna eat the unhealthy food. But people just think that they can use willpower and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna tough it out. No. If you have family members that want to have junk food, say no. It's time to take control of your environment and say that this is the person you want to become. And you need their help to support you to become that person. It should be priority number one to figure out how to eliminate all junk food from the house, because that is screwing you over.
And diet is not the only thing you should focus on for your environment. For example, right now, I have a bad environment because my dog is running around right there, so I'm getting distracted. Another example is if you're trying to meditate, don't have sirens and kids and distractions. Don't have your phone near you.
So figure out how you can eliminate everything